My name is Danielle Bryk. I'm a wife, a mother of 3, and for the last 15 years, I've put my career on hold to take care of my family. But now, I'm about to embark on my biggest challenge yet, balancing being a full-time mom and starting my own design firm. And I'm taking it a brick at a time.
I was wondering what you wanted to do for your birthday this year. It's coming up in a little bit.
Sleepover?
Sleepover? Again? How many kids?
1,700 million kajillion.
That's what it sounds like. At our house, birthdays have always been my thing. That's what I do, and I get so much pleasure out of it. I always make the cake from scratch, try to do something special, something really personal. I think we should do a surprise.
I'm here to see Danielle today, and I have a big favor to ask her.
Hey.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
I'm good.
I know Ingrid from the neighborhood. Her daughter and Ella are very close friends.
Danielle, I have a huge favor to ask of you.
Sure, what's going on?
Well, as you know, we had a flood in our basement.
Yeah.
And so we hired this guy, Chris, and he's doing a lot of structural work for us, so he's underpinning and lowering the basement.
Wow, sounds like a big job.
It is.
Ingrid is really overwhelmed, I think. This flood just kind of forced her into a renovation that I don't think she was ready for.
And I was wondering if you could maybe oversee it and do some design, actually design it.
Sure. Wow, yeah,
I know.
It sounds really exciting. Work literally walked in my front door today. I'm on my way to meet Chris and to introduce myself and get a sense of where the basement's at. Can't believe you guys work so quickly.
Yeah, they get right to it.
So this is great. This is at least 2 feet, so that's going to make a huge difference.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it looks like it's going to be 8 or 9 feet, 8 feet?
Yeah, approximately 8.5 feet we're going here.
Wow.
The original ceiling height down here was just over 6 feet. So with Chris's crew digging down 2 feet, we're gonna get a total ceiling height of 8'2", which is amazing because it's not gonna feel like a cramped basement.
So I know you're replacing this with a big I-beam, and some of these can come out, is that?
That's correct. There's 3 existing brick pillars right now.
Yeah.
All those pillars will be coming out. We'll replace with 1 single vertical steel post.
Right.
And have 1 long steel beam, actually 2 pieces, and those 2 pieces will marry on top of that vertical support.
Now that I've talked to Chris, I have to meet with Ingrid to see what she's hoping to get from the reno.
So what are you hoping to get out of the basement?
One is a family room, and then another would be a spare bedroom, and I'd love a bathroom.
The space is essentially a big rectangle, 20 by 30 feet. What Ingrid wants is a bathroom, a playroom and media area, and a guest bedroom, and a laundry room.
We really don't have anywhere for the kids to play, and also to watch TV. We really need a self-contained space so that we can, make a mess. I really would love a glass railing.
Because you've got that side door there, so why not take advantage of all that light? It's just gonna flood down there, which is great.
The floor, I was hoping that it could be radiant and warmed because I don't want the basement to feel cold.
I know it's not cheap, but I think it's worth it.
I'd love to get a kitchenette if possible, just so that if we do have guests staying over, they have their own area to cook.
I don't want to have any hard partitions. I want to keep it all open, so I'm going to define the space with the furniture. The kitchenette is going to be tucked in behind the stairs, and it can stay nice and streamlined. A sectional would be great in the media room, and that'll kind of frame that area, and then that leaves a nice little open space for a playroom. So about that in-law suite, do you think we can think about using that crawl space?
I can't wait to get rid of that crawl space. Let me tell you, I hate that room. I don't need a big bedroom. I just need a bed, and I just need somewhere for someone to put some clothes.
I know it seems like a dungeon right now, but once Chris's team digs it out, it will end up being 12 by 9 feet, which is a decent-sized bedroom. It's enough to put a nice bed with clean lines, something that doesn't take up too much room. You want like a full 4-piece bathroom?
No, I don't need a bathtub, but I definitely need a shower.
It's gonna be a 3-piece bathroom. So a nice big shower enclosure would be great with glass doors to keep things light and airy. For tiles, I wanna do something maybe sparkly.
I have loads of boxes of art that my parents brought back when they left Africa.
If we keep the space, the backdrop kind of really just light, minimal, modern, I think it's gonna be a beautiful contrast, and I think it's gonna be the perfect space for it, actually.
Oh, great.
So what were you hoping to spend on the basement?
Well, I'd like to keep it at about 100.
$100,000 is a very generous budget for a basement, but when you think about all of the structural, the underpinning, the waterproofing, that's gonna eat up a huge chunk of that money.
It's a big day. The beam is being installed, and it's really exciting.
That is amazing.
I feel like this beam is such a beautiful thing, and it would be a shame to cover it up. I think it'd be a really nice design element. I think it'd bring some texture, some deep color. Now that this structural work is finally coming to a close, it's time to check in with Chris and see what the tally is.
Wow, what a difference.
Yeah, it certainly is.
This crawl space is unrecognizable.
Speaking of budget, do you know where we're at? Because
Yeah, right now we're probably sitting around $50,000.
you know the radiant heat. I know that that wasn't in your original contract.
Right.
How much extra is that?
So the radiant in-floor heating system is about $15,000.
Okay, wow. $100,000 seems like a lot, but out of that, $50,000 of it is going to Chris and all of the structural. Anywhere from $15,000 to $20,000 is what radiant heat could cost, and that only leaves me $30,000 for drywalling, framing, and all of the finishes. He's saying 50 so far, plus 15 for the radiant heat, 7 more. That's $72,000. I keep thinking that you're misplacing the decimal somewhere in there, actually. I don't even think that's right, because I do remember seeing the contracts, and 72 was on there before the radiant heat. So if that's the case, let's add another 15 for that. And we're at 87. So based on the new budget of 100,000, I have $13,000 to finish the basement, which is not gonna happen.
A new job literally walked through my front door.
You know how we're working on our basement? Maybe you might be able to help out and take over and oversee it and then design it.
The structural work is well underway,
That is amazing.
but our $100,000 budget
Wow.
is depleting faster than anyone anticipated.
I just feel like the numbers are getting away from us a bit, you know, with the budget.
Danielle is here today because she wanted me to go over the numbers with her, because it looks like our budget has creeped a little higher than I had thought it was
I
at.
think we need to regroup and just see where we're at. I was talking to Chris the other day, and he was telling me he thought we'd spent 50 so far, but I was looking at the contract and it's closer to 72.
How does that happen?
Chris was mentioning that we're already at $50,000, but I've done some calculations based on the contract, and what Chris was leaving out of that was the excavation of the crawl space and the final concrete pour. And that's not including the radiant heat, which Chris is saying is going to be $15,000.
So we're at $90,000 and we haven't even started finishing the basement.
At this point, if they keep the radiant floor, I'm left with $10,000 to finish this basement, and that's just, it's not enough. If we don't do the radiant, let's take off that $15,000, it leaves us with $25,000, which is, it's still pretty lean to finish a basement, but it's doable.
To me, the radiant heat is a must-do. Like, I don't want to spend all this money on all the structural work and then have the basement feel cold and uninviting.
I kind of had a feeling that that was going to be the case, so I've just come up with a few ways that we can save money. We wanted some glass for the railing. Glass can be about $1,400 for a space like that, so we could scale back on the glass railing.
I don't think I can give up the glass railing. I really don't think so. Everything we give up makes the basement look less nice.
The flooring. I don't know how you feel about this, but if it is radiant and it's nice and warm,
Right.
you know that really cool concrete look? Where it's like...
So you mean no floor?
No.
Like,
well, it's a concrete floor. If we don't do hardwood and we do a concrete floor instead, we can save close to $4,000. So
Are you gonna be able to sell Warren on no floor? A concrete floor?
you know what? If anything, that's the one thing I kind of think could be really, like, could make sense.
I'm really glad that Ingrid is open to the concrete floor idea, but we're still gonna be about honestly $30,000 short to finish this basement the way she would want it done. Hey.
How was the meeting? Great?
You know how I hate asking people for more money.
Except me. You have no problem asking ever.
Ingrid's gonna talk to her husband Warren and see if there's any way they can allocate more money to this budget. Anyway, and I'm really getting anxious about Ella's birthday, and I was hoping you could maybe take over.
What do you mean by take it over?
You just have to do the little things.
Like what?
Like invitations, loot bags, I don't know, organize the food.
That's everything.
No, that's not everything.
It is. It's like what you have left on the basement. It's everything.
One of the difficulties for me throughout this whole process has been trying to let go of control of the things that I used to really identify myself with.
This is gonna be good. It's gonna be one of those father-daughter things that, you know, on her wedding, I'm gonna tell Ella, remember your 9th birthday, Daddy made the invitations and the cupcakes and everything, and I clearly loved you more than your mother because she didn't have time for your birthday.
Bryk, that's a low blow. Ingrid was dead set against scrapping the radiant heat for the floor, so the guys are going ahead and doing the install today. The installation of the radiant floor is almost finished, which means we can pour the concrete today. I'm actually really happy that we decided to go for the concrete floor instead of going for the hardwood, because I think it really fits in with that industrial look. And now that it's going to be heated, it's just going to be beautiful. I'm at a salvage shop today, and I'm looking for a sink for Ingrid's basement. All of the inventory here come from people's houses where they've been doing a renovation. It's just a constant rotating inventory of household items.
Hello?
Hi, Ingrid, it's Danielle. I was looking for a sink for the kitchenette, and I kind of happened upon this really cool sink. I was thinking it could double as a bar sink as well. The sink is $300, which to me is incredible because I've had a custom stainless counter with a sink made before, and it costs at least $1,500.
I love it. I think it's just perfect for the space. So yeah, that's definitely a go. And I also wanted to tell you that we have decided that we're okay to increase the budget by $30,000 because we really want to get the basement done properly.
Okay.
Thanks so much.
I'm really glad that Ingrid has upped her budget, but why is it when things start to go well, I start to get really nervous?
With the structural work eating up the budget,
So we're at $90,000 and we haven't even started finishing the basement.
Ingrid has agreed to bump it up.
Because we really want to get the basement done properly.
With the scope of Ingrid's renovation, I had to pass Ella's birthday party organizing to Greg.
I need a list. I'm not gonna write it down. I'm gonna memorize. What do we need?
With all the structural work completed, Adrian and his team are framing and drywalling the basement. I'm now ready to start on the finishes for the bathroom.
Fits perfectly in the space.
There is, lots of room, but as I was bringing it in, I felt it's very heavy, and you mentioned it has no legs, right?
No,
so this
no
is just
legs.
a wall mount sink. So we do have a bit of an issue here right now with the way the sink mounts on the wall.
We seem to have a bit of a problem because Adrian is concerned about how we're gonna mount it because the sink is really, really heavy. Adrian has to cut open the drywall, remove the insulation. He has to brace the studs and add support to the existing wall. This is a lot of extra work. It's a few steps back, but I think it's worth it.
Wait. Okay, wait. We gotta get, oh, look at these. These are little baby pins for you. So do we need little loot bags or big loot bags?
A medium.
Medium, and not too expensive, right? 5 girls?
5 girls.
Look at this.
Shopping for party favors with my dad is weird because he always picks out this really weird baby stuff.
Ooh, what about these?
Those Those are fairy ones,
I know,
Dad.
but we could have a fairy
No.
party.
What about this?
I wish your mother was here. We could have birthday. I mean, I would have liked some basic training. Like, I feel like I needed a 6-week boot camp to just sort of rock it out with Ella because she and I have the same strengths and weaknesses. Guess who it is?
Mom.
You guessed correctly. Hello?
Hi, how's it going?
Oh, it's going.
Bad.
What?
Why?
Dad's picking out boy stuff and baby stuff.
Don't they have any kind of like cool whoopee cushions or anything that make the fart sound?
Yeah, we'll get that. We'll get that.
Daddy,
This
no
is gross.
tentacles.
Okay, we'll see you later.
My mom would kind of be better at this, but not a lot. Like, she would, but then she would just boss me around.
We're done? Perfect.
Should just fit.
Frank is installing this really neat vintage restaurant sink in the basement, and it's kind of going to be a kitchenette/bar area. Frank is also installing the bathroom sink today. After all the trouble with the support, I'm glad this is finally at an end. Today is a great day because Adrian is painting, and that means we are almost finished. I personally love this look. All white walls, a contrasting dark floor. We're so close to getting this space finished. It's just that we've gone $30,000 over budget, and I just hope that Ingrid feels like she got her money's worth. This project has been a real ride for me. It's the biggest project I've done construction-wise ever. And we've had so many ups and downs. We've had a lot of setbacks, especially with the budget. I'm nervous because, you know, she's not just a client, she's my friend. And it's really important to me that she love it. So Ingrid, I've got some of the art collection up. So I hope you like it.
So beautiful, I cannot believe it. Oh my God, where do I start? It's spectacular. It's beyond anything that I would have expected. And it's just so high end. The beams are fantastic. The height obviously is awesome. This is not a basement.
It doesn't feel like a basement, does it? I think it's the ceiling height and the light we're getting.
Wow.
I used a nice large jute rug to define the media area and then added a big sectional couch that the whole family can relax on.
These pieces in our old house, they did not look the same at all. They just felt very heavy and dark and somber.
I think that the key was keeping the contrast. So those are heavy pieces, and then with all the furniture, the paint color, I tried to keep everything else very airy. If you can believe that tiny crawl space has become this, it's crazy.
You know what, it's great because it gives somewhere for my parents to stay or guests to stay.
This new bedroom is a real bonus because it wasn't included in the original footprint. It was a crawl space that we had excavated, so it did actually add square footage to their house. I know you guys had talked about putting a full kitchen down here, but I really think this kitchenette is gonna work better for you guys. You know, it's kind of a bar area for when your parents are not here, and you can entertain, and that's kind of fun. It would have cost us at least $1,500 to get a custom sink, and I found it at the salvage shop for $300. Well, let's check out the bathroom.
Oh, wow, this is fabulous. Danielle.
It's so great to have it for the in-law suite, but also just for you guys to have an extra bathroom in the house.
Definitely, that's what we'll do, because we didn't have a proper guest bathroom before, so this is perfect for that.
I really tried to create a high-end look for her on a very limited finishing budget. Things like the tiles and the lighting fixtures, the very modern sink. These elements I know are so pleasing to Ingrid.
Even though this project was way over budget, I think the value that we've gotten out of it has far exceeded what we've spent on it. No, it's been so worth it. Thank you so much.
There's your present. Okay, Ella, are you ready for your birthday surprise?
What do you think? Think I got!
Greg deserves a lot of credit. He did a great job with Ella's birthday.
It was super duper scary, and my stomach was like, Thank you.
Oh, you flew like a monkey.
This is the best birthday party ever, and it's super duper scary.